These jokes just write themselves at this point. Dude, what jokes are you even talking about? Oh, the refs costing the Hawks games and goals at this point? Like, it's just completely laughable. Oh, yeah, that's great. But it's not even funny anymore! Ah! Let's go, Hawks, baby!
Blackhawks haven't been a good state for a while. And to that I say, yeah, a lot of their games this season were a hard watch. Pieces are there. Blackhawks fans, keep it still, be patient, and everything will work out in the end.
Welcome to Blackhawks Central. Hawks lose 3-2 to the Seattle Kraken, and what is there not to be livid about that game? Absolute BS from the refs. I don't even know. Um, Good Lord, no, a lot of negatives to take away from that game. Maybe not specifically about the team, but the current state of the NHL. Uh, but we'll get into it. But Jesus Christ. I mean, there's negative takes away from this team. That third period implosion. Well, yes, aided by some abysmal calls and some other stuff. Uh, the defense collapsed. No offense wasn't there. I mean, just absolute disaster class here from the Hawks to give up a 2-0 lead. Come on. Some positives we'll take away from this. Better second period than we've had in recent weeks. Uh, yeah, when we went to Toronto, or when Toronto came to us, we had a bit of a disaster there where Toronto squeaked out a 2-1 lead going into the third with the Blackhawks able to come back there. But tonight, just nothing. The second period was great, actually. Started off really early with Bertuzzi with a 3-on-1 with Moore and Nazar, and he's able to bury it and get the Hawks on the board with 1-0. I will give Bertuzzi this. Bertuzzi had a really good first two periods. He was a little cold when he left, but he's come back and he's hot again, which is nice to see. Teravainen also pretty good today. He got on the board pretty good. Um, Especially on the second goal on the power play. On the power play, he is able to dump it in off the corner. Bertuzzi with the weird one-handed just whack around, gets it to the front of the net for Teravainen to just bury in right in front of the goal. And 2-0 Hawks through two. The first period, oh my god, I gotta start getting to negatives. Burakovsky is probably has a concussion. Still to find out about that. But hopefully Burakovsky's okay. That was a brutal hit, and it's seeming like these teams just have it out for these Hawks. I swear, every time there's some huge, just nasty, gnarly hit. Last time it was the hit on Murphy. A week ago it was the hit on Bertuzzi, and now all of a sudden Burakovsky gets caught open ice by Ryan Lindgren. Just goon attitude right there. And then also later on, Alexiak makes a very uh, ballsy hit on Mikheyev. That is just you don't want to see those hits in this game, bro. Oh my god! And the Hawks just had no response to that. You wish the Hawks have a bigger response to those kind of hits. Um, but what are you gonna do? Apparently, if the refs aren't gonna call it, then you gotta start making plays to just get it done. But like it's just abysmal. Burkowski did not return to the game, so uh, because our coach Jeff Blashill has been running the 11-7, we get punished now because all of a sudden we're down to a 10-7 so we're basically just running three line forwards and an extra and woof. What I would like to see in those kind of situations, and I know it's unorthodox, I would love to see just Blashill throw one of our defensemen, just throw him up as a forward for once. These players, they've played forward before, and they see how it's played before. Just throw one of them, one of our offensive forwards. Crevier, that guy can play forward for a little bit. Throw Renzel up there. Let Levy even run a forward line. But I think in those kind of situations, even though it's a bit unorthodox, I would say At least at least grab one of your defensemen, let him run a few shifts as a forward instead of maintaining the seven in the back, which is the seven in the back is fine, whatever, but especially in that third, you needed more extra bodies, and the 10 forwards are just not doing it. Very quick line shifts and just oof, oof, and then state of NHL refing against these Hawks is completely absurd, genuinely. Uh, Not the high stick against Toronto, not blown down. Uh, okay, and then challenge it. It's blatantly a high stick. Uh, no return there. And all of a sudden, the Hawks gave up a goal to Toronto because of blatant just game raking there at that point. And oh my god, I know people are gonna say, oh, you're just crying Blackhawks. The refing's just been abysmal all year for Blackhawks. I just haven't really made this much of a narrative. I pointed out, I said that was horrible, and if we lost that game, I would have made it a narrative. This is a narrative that these refs are genuinely rigging these games against the Hawks. Um, the incidents in this game, the second Kraken goal, just blatantly not called icing. What? He flips it from his own end all the way down. No, it doesn't touch everyone. It goes over. It flies over everyone. Vlasic kind of makes an attempt to bat it down, but doesn't even get anywhere near to touching it. And it goes all the way down the ice. And then there's three Blackhawks back, not called icing. And then the Kraken somehow get the puck back, and they're able to bury it. Uh, just absolutely abysmal there. Abysmal call there. Obviously, the Hawks, you got to get out. And like, what are we doing? Just we collapse. Collapse. I do want to focus on the refing here. And then the second case tonight, the Bedard, he gets a nice breakaway. He does. He genuinely gets a really good nice breakaway. But all of a sudden, he's going down the ice and he gets whacked. Like a good whack to the hands, which has been called a penalty shot. The Blackhawks have had a similar play called a penalty shot before, and the ref just stands there. It doesn't see it. Okay, whatever. No call. That's fine. You can be annoyed about it, but whatever. I guess fine. We'll move on. So Bedard, he got whacked on the hands. He's gonna be mad about that, right? If you get whacked on the hands and you're not mad about that, I would be more pissed that if Bedard doesn't challenge that. And he goes to the ref. He says, "Are you effing kidding me? Like that is blah blah blah." Skates off, goes to the bench. Ref sissy ass like sissy mentality goes calls an unsportsmanlike penalty on Bedard. 4 minutes left in the game of a tie game. That is a horribly soft call. Horribly soft call. Like eat it. Eat it. To call an unsportsmanlike penalty 4 minutes left in the game against the Hawks is absolutely just abysmal. And you want the Hawks to kill that penalty. They almost did. 2 seconds left. The Seattle Kraken score off of a cross ice pass that kind of just goes through Kaiser's leg and goes 5-hole through Knight. But just what are we even doing at that point? And then the Blackhawks push the tide, and you want Levy to keep it in the zone late there, but not much he can do there. And then the Hawks fall 3-2. And all of a sudden, we went from having 2 extra points in the pocket going into Buffalo tomorrow to all of a sudden now we don't have any points in this back-to-back, and now it's pretty much hopefully a must-win in Buffalo tomorrow. And if we want to keep these playoff chances alive and want to keep hold on to this playoff spot that we currently hold on to, because oof Marunda was this just a game that you want to forget as soon as we can. Uh, Hopefully we figure out next. Hopefully Dickinson's cleared for next time in the lineup. Hopefully just Burkowski's fine. I hope he doesn't have a concussion, but it's looking more likely that he probably does because that was a brutal hit. And this Hawks team, they've responded. They've responded quite well to a lot of things. They didn't take any BS up until now, but today no one stepped up. Colton Dock, how the last game ended against not Detroit, Calgary. How last game ended against Calgary and Colton Dock getting physically involved. I thought, wow, this team's standing up for each other. They're not going to take any BS from anyone. And then we took the BS today, and I don't know where that fight left. Maybe somebody told Colton Dock to cool down, but boy, oh boy, was this a game where we needed his fire specifically. He needed to get more involved than he did. Same with Lafferty. Any one of them, they needed to get more involved than they had in this game, and because they didn't get involved, uh, Seattle had their way with us, and they walked all over us. They definitely seemed like the more physically involved team as far as hitting and physicality goes. They dug in more. It stepped up big time against the Hawks, and we let them walk all over us. And then we let the refs beat us too. The refs definitely beat us tonight. This wasn't a Seattle win. This was a ref win to let Seattle win because it's abysmal that all those wrong calls. It's abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal. Like the missed call, it's whatever. But calling a blatant, like, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there against Bedard, absurd. Absolutely absurd. Cannot, you cannot call a penalty that late into a match. A tie game against someone who told you to do your job while you're standing right there. That is unacceptable. Like, I would I would call this game under protest, and genuinely, I know nothing's going to come of this and the Hawks are just going to have to eat the loss, but someone should be fired from this game. Rather that be for that icing call or for the miss slash or hook or whatever, and then calling that unsportsmanlike penalty. That is just not that is unacceptable, and that is abysmal from the refs tonight. Bedard made the comment last game that he said, "Oh, because I had the A, the the refs they're so much nicer to me. I didn't get kicked out of a draw once." That went away real quick. The refs were horrible to him tonight, and I saw this comment too. 10 out of times McDavid McKinnon get that call, but because these younger guys on this Hawks team don't have the respect of the refs, they're never gonna get that call. They're never going to, and that is not how this game should be played. Not. Other negative takeaways. Defense. What were we doing? What were we doing? I quick shifts. We have 7 defensemen, man. I don't I don't want to call anyone out for bad games. I'll call out my positive defenseman. Crevier, probably only good looking defenseman out there. The seventh round pick. Louis Crevier was about the only good looking defenseman out there. And Grizzlick. I'll give Grizzlick this. He didn't look unserviceable tonight. He actually looked pretty solid compared to a lot of the other D-men. Lev Shinov sold this game so hard. He looked he looked good on the offensive zone. He looks confident now, which is nice. And honestly, he looked a little confident in the D zone. But there are still little baubles here and there. I get he's 20. I get he's 20 years old, and he will develop. But he's still making these mistakes, and if we're trying to win right now, those mistakes need to be as limited as possible. Kaiser, unnoticeable. I I I mean he kind of goes unnoticed most games, but especially on that error on that power play to let the puck just go kind of right through your legs is just oof. Don't want that. Murphy, get Murphy off the team, please! I swear to God, I know he's the assistant captain, and I can't stress enough how much I want him to leave, please. Oh my God, almost, almost on that last power play, almost gave up the goal earlier on than it should have been, but like, oh my God, almost left us on a 5-on-3 as he's flying into the corner because he mismanages skating. Murphy just I swear to God, has just not had a great start. He's not. He's had an abysmal start this year, and he's almost unserviceable at times. Oh my god. Get him out of here. Rinzel, unnoticeable. Vlasic, unnoticeable. Like, legitimately, only Crevier was the only positive to take away from the back end. Um, go through the lines. Bedard's line looked good until Burakovsky basically died, murdered on ice by Ryan Lindgren. That guy got murked. Second line, Bertuzzi being back absolutely lit that line up. I think Bertuzzi being back is a good thing. He's back to where he was in Toronto, and I don't know. Teuvo, Teravainen, and Bertuzzi, really good games tonight. Really, really good games tonight. They're running back the clock, which is great. And third line, Mikheyev looked really fast tonight. He had one play where he chipped it in, and they called it. They didn't call it the chip and chase; it's a chip and sprint where he dumped it in from half, and he just whooped the defender all the way down the ice to get to it first. And I thought that is quintessential Mikheyev there. Uh, yeah, nothing much else there. Knight, just I don't even know what to say. He had a all right game, I guess. Nothing special. This magic elixir he found to be one of the best goalies in the league has seemingly started to dissipate, or at least get like he kept us in this game. Like Seattle did have a few A+ chances that he did stop, but at least two of those, the two floaters from the point. Like yeah, I guess they got redirected, but you want him to be able to track those. And it didn't help that Levshinov literally screened him on the one, the second one. Oh, Marunda. Well, I'm a little tuckered out from that one. That was I don't get how Seattle fans can watch their hockey team and enjoy this hockey. They play the most boring hockey ever. I swear. Like when they score, it's not even exciting. Like they just float them in from the point and hope and pray to God for a redirection. And like it's not even like a good shot. It's just like whoop, and it just floats on a string like a knuckle, and it just finds its way past. And that's just so boring. It's like watching paint dry. Like at least the Hawks are getting in there and forechecking. The Seattle Kraken, they just sit back the entire time. that is quintessentially how I felt about that game. Ugh. Ugh. Move on to Buffalo tomorrow. First back to back, must win. Must win. Like I please I beg, please I beg. But we'll end it off there. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you really liked it. Thank you for watching. Um, move on. Forget about this game as soon as we can, to be honest. Peace out, Blackhawkers.